Alright, so I hope everyone's had a safe and happy holiday and have gotten lots of light bulbs for Christmas. I myself have gotten like 3 cases. We're coming up on a year since I started this channel, which is getting ready to break 300 subscribers, which is fantastic considering the first 100 took 10 months. If you remember that lesson on growth, whatever it is you're doing, stick with it. Keep going. And so thank you. It was a great first introductory year. In this next coming year, in 2014, we're going to go even deeper into some of this stuff. But today, we're going to come full circle with a bit of a rant. Because those in the know are using polarity and controversy, once again, to scam the masses. Over the past week or so, you've probably heard the media go on and on about the Duck Dynasty controversy. A controversy that they themselves have created. And where have we seen this before? Because I've covered this early on. It's the same controversy as the Chick-fil-A controversy. If you remember in that particular controversy, the owner of Chick-fil-A made a statement about the sanctity of marriage between a man and a woman. This riled up the gay community and polarized them against him, which in turn rallied the Christians in support of him, and he sold record number of chicken sandwiches. And the gay community should be angry, but they should be angry that they're being used so much for their overreactiveness. Because they know they're going to flip. It may not even be true. I mean, I wouldn't know. They could just say that they've overreacted. The media could just say, hey, there's a big outrage in the gay community. I don't know if that's true. I don't even know if that's real. But because they said it, then it moves the opposite side, see. Then the Christians rally around him and say, yes, we'll buy your chicken sandwiches in support of you. It could all be lies. It wouldn't surprise me if it was. Because my standard rule of thumb is if it comes from the media, it's bullshit. But there are people out there that actually believe what they hear and see on TV and radio. And when it comes to Duck Dynasty, I mean, there's very little reality in reality television. What you're seeing is the same scam. Why would they do that? Well, you can't buy that kind of advertising, but you can create it with controversy. They have a $440 million merchandising empire they have to move this holiday season. So I get people talking about it. Not only that, but their new season starts in a few weeks. Better tune in. It may be their last because the Robertson family doesn't know what they're going to do. Yeah. And if they do end the show, then it was pre-planned. Because these people don't do things just random nilly-willy. You know, you got to understand that these are characters that they play on TV. They're characters. There's videos out there that show them before as being yuppies or what. I don't know if that's true. I don't know these people personally. And because I don't know them personally, I doubt any of you know them personally. So how are you going to say that, oh, Phil would never do that? Well, how do you know? You probably never met Phil, and if you did, you met a character that he was playing. See, they stay in character in these interviews. I'll ask a few questions here. Do you really think that the network is going to let millions and millions of dollars ride on the opinions of their talent? Don't you think that they would pre-approve the questions asked? And what is GQ interviewing a southern hillbilly redneck anyway? The Duck Dynasty characters are well known for their beliefs, so it seems to me that the liability begins and ends with GQ for asking a question that they knew damn well would cause controversy. A question that they already knew the answer to. So they always want to make it about the person answering the question that they were asked, instead of the liability being on the one asking the question, knowing full well it's going to cause a shitstorm. Now you'd think that the networks would be smart enough to pre-approve any and all questions to be asked of their talent beforehand, considering that this kind of stuff happens all the time and because of the beliefs of their talent. Supposed beliefs. It doesn't make any sense unless they're the ones creating the controversy. Understand that A&E has everything to gain by this. By merchandise and record number of viewers for the new season, because the people are going to tune in and find out what all the fuss is about. Because people keep hearing the names over and over. Duck Dynasty, Phil, Duck Dynasty, it just gets into their head. But that's the scam by use of polarization. And it works. People are on Facebook, support Phil, which side are you on? I predict that Duck Dynasty and the A&E network are going to have a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year this season. And for those who have been emotionally moved enough to be outraged by it and want to boycott A&E, well, you're going to have to boycott a hell of a lot more stations than just A&E. You're going to have to boycott all Disney, History Channel, Bio, Discovery. They own them all. Doesn't matter if you run away from them, they're going to get you on another one of their networks. You want to really boycott the network, turn off the TV. Just turn it off, which is probably the best thing for you anyway. At the very least, start paying attention to when the controversy is utilizing polarizing issues that divide people, which is where the real damage is done, because they get people arguing and fighting over absolutely nothing, because those in the know care not about the controversies that they create. They only care about the predictability of your reaction. The word controversy begins with the prefix con, which means, straight from Google, verb, persuade someone to do or believe something, typically by use of a deception. Or a noun, an instance of deceiving or tricking someone. But anyway, I wanted to give a not-so-subtle reminder of how polarity is used against you by those in the know, time and time again, because it's happening right now with this whole Duck Dynasty controversy. More like manufactured sales, ratings, and free advertising. So don't be fooled. Recognize it for what it is. Now, I may not have a lot of time before the end of the year to make videos, as it looks like my schedule is pretty well booked up, this being the only free slot that I have had. But I will be back as soon as I'm able with something of more substance. But until then, have a happy new year. I wish you the best, and as always, take care.